Earlier, I demonstrated how to make the drawing grid visible by double-clicking on the Snap to Grid constraint. Before beginning to draw, I'll take a moment to explain some of the other constraints on this palette. Snap constraints are these on-screen smart cursor cues that indicate specific points and are another part of drawing accurately in Vectorworks. They are used to align objects, assist in the geometric construction of a drawing, and to find measurements and offsets. The key drawing constraints are typically always enabled, so they can be used without selecting buttons or typing keyboard shortcuts. By simply hovering over a point for a second, or by gesturing along the face of an object, you can find the required snap point or reference line. Constraints are controlled from this palette and are enabled by clicking once on their icons. With some constraints, a double click will open a dialog box with more settings. The Snap to Object constraint is an essential element of drawing in Vectorworks. Turning on this constraint displays the smart cursor cues that will appear on an object when you move the cursor over it. Different object types have different cues. Double-click on the Snap to Object constraint to enable snapping to edge and center points on 3D objects. Constrain Angle provides smart cursor cues at primary drawing angles 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90 degrees, and their supplementary angles. If I double-click on the constraint to open its settings box, I can also set an alternate coordinate system, which can be handy for drawing objects that don't lie on more commonly used angles. If you need to create a large part of your drawing at an angle, instead of using the alternate coordinate system, you might use the Rotate Plan feature. This is only available in Vectorworks Design Series products. Click the button in the View bar, then draw a line which represents your desired horizontal axis. The view of the drawing will rotate, and here in the lower left corner, there's now an indicator of the direction of the X and Y axes. As I draw, snaps to standard drawing angles are now relative to the rotated view. To return to a standard orientation, I can either enter 0 in the field or choose Top Plan from the list of standard views. Enabling Snap to Intersection ensures the points where lines and surfaces meet will be recognized as snap points. Double-click on the Smart Points constraint to add more functions to Smart Cursor cues. You can project temporary extension lines from snap points to help align objects, temporarily reset the drawing's origin point by enabling Use Floating Datum, and enter an offset value in order to snap to a point a specific distance away. Keeping these 4 constraints enabled while you draw will ensure that you create and align objects accurately.